Ukrainian forces are once again showcasing their mastery of modern warfare technology as the elite Azov Brigade unleashed waves of FPV drones that devastated Russian troops across multiple front lines. The battlefield echoed with explosions as dozens of Russian soldiers fell victim to precise and relentless aerial strikes. The FPV drones, small but deadly, were guided with pinpoint accuracy into enemy trenches, dugouts, and armored vehicles. Real-time footage shared online revealed how Russian infantry had little chance to react as the drone zeroed in before detonating with brutal efficiency. What made these strikes particularly alarming for Russian troops was the element of surprise. Many soldiers believed they were hidden deep within fortified trenches or behind cover, but the drones navigated through obstacles and struck directly inside their defensive position. Across different battlefields, the Azov Brigade coordinated their drone assaults to overwhelm enemy lines. Within minutes, multiple explosions erupted simultaneously, creating chaos among Russian units and forcing survivors to scatter in panic. Smoke and dust blanketed the skies as shockwaves rippled across the trenches, making communication nearly impossible for Russian commander. The battlefield turned into a maze of fire and terror where survival seemed almost hopeless. Eyewitness reports suggest that some Russian squads attempted to shoot down the drones with rifles and machine guns, but their efforts proved futile. The drones maneuvered swiftly, weaving through incoming bullets like hornets hunting their prey, before diving straight into clusters of soldiers. Survivors described the sound of the drones as sinister buzzing as more terrifying than artillery shells because it meant death was seconds away and impossible to escape. The scale of destruction was staggering. Entire squads were eliminated in single strikes, with casualties mounting rapidly. Bodies and wreckage littered the trenches, and Russian medics struggled to reach the wounded under the constant threat of incoming drones. Military analysts estimated that dozens of Russian soldiers were killed within just a few hours of the Azov Brigade's coordinated drone operation, leaving their positions critically weakened. For the Ukrainian fighters, FPV drones have become the great equalizer. Outnumbered and often facing heavier Russian artillery, the Azov Brigade has embraced drone warfare as a cost-effective and highly lethal tool to balance the odds. Each operator, sitting behind a monitor kilometers away, could guide a drone into enemy lines with surgical precision, turning the tide of battle without exposing Ukrainian troops to direct fire. The strikes not only destroyed manpower but also disrupted Russian command structure. Communication lines were severed, vehicles were abandoned, and confusion spread rapidly as commanders struggled to regroup their battered units. Panic set in as soldiers fled their posts, leaving weapons behind. Some were seen desperately digging into the dirt, hoping to hide from the invisible hunter above. Morale among Russian soldiers reportedly plummeted after the onslaught. Survivors described the drone attacks as relentless and terrifying, with some troops refusing to leave cover, fearing they would be the next target. Entire platoons, once confident in their fortified defenses, were reduced to silence and fear, unable to mount any effective counterattack. Meanwhile, Ukrainian soldiers celebrated the success of the operation. "Every drone strike saves the lives of our comrades," one Azov fighter said. "We will continue to hunt them down until they leave our land." The operators, often young volunteers, were hailed as heroes within their units, their skill with remote controls turning cheap drones into battlefield legend. Videos released by the brigade showed drones weaving through trenches before detonating, leaving behind clouds of dust and fire. These dramatic images quickly spread across social media, fueling both fear among Russian ranks and admiration from Ukrainian supporters. The footage was often accompanied by triumphant music, symbolizing Ukraine's determination to resist and strike back with ingenuity. Western military observers noted that this latest wave of attacks demonstrates Ukraine's growing expertise in drone warfare. The Azov Brigade has adapted civilian drone technology into precision-guided weapons, turning battlefields into hunting grounds for Russian forces. Analysts suggest this model of combat may redefine modern warfare, where small teams of skilled operators can inflict damage previously possible only with heavy artillery. Despite attempts to jam signals and deploy anti-drone defenses, Russian units appear ill-prepared for the sheer speed and accuracy of these FPV drones. Each strike further exposes weaknesses in their defensive strategies, revealing a lack of coordination and adaptation in the face of Ukraine's rapidly evolving tactics. As the war drags on, the role of FPV drones is expanding from support operations to frontline domination. The Azov Brigade's latest operation proves that technology, creativity, and determination can turn small devices into some of the most fearsome weapons on today's battlefield. The psychological impact alone, the constant buzzing in the skies, has been enough to paralyze entire units. For now, dozens of Russian soldiers have been wiped out, and the message from Ukraine is clear: nowhere is safe when Azov's drones are in the sky. Each battlefield strike adds to the legend of Ukraine's drone warfare, a weapon of precision and fear that is reshaping the front lines day by day.